The level of the threat has increased. We've seen this throughout those 3 years since Russia launched its war of aggression against Ukraine. And we see the threat rising beyond Ukraine. And I want to highlight the importance of what happened in Estonia, where for the first time, Russia responded to economic sanctions by members of the alliance with military action. This is a testament to the level of the threat that we're facing on the eastern flank of NATO. If Russia is tampering with the Estonian Navy 3 days ago, this is precisely because our sanctions are biting. They're biting Russia, because as you remember, what happened in Estonia is that a sanctioned oil tanker was being stopped by the Estonian Navy, and Russian jet fighters came across to basically threaten the Estonian Navy not to stop a sanctioned oil tanker, an oil tanker used by Russia to circumvent those sanctions that we applied on Russian energy. So these sanctions, they are already very strongly affecting the Russian economy. We estimate that our sanctions cost Russia 400 billion euros, which is worth 3 years of military spending by Russia. But we want to go. But he's facing an empty chair, the chair of Vladimir Putin, who actually suggested direct discussions between Ukraine and Russia, but who is not present here in Turkey today, despite of the fact that President Trump expressed his willingness, availability to facilitate those discussions. Of course, Vladimir Putin sent a low-level delegations in Turkey today because he wants to avoid the massive sanctions that the US, Europeans are preparing to force him to enter into peace negotiations. But of course we need to go further. This is the reason why I will be meeting with Senator Lindsey Graham in a few minutes to discuss his sanction package that has been mentioned by Marco Rubio earlier, and that we want to build upon to add European deterrence sanctions to this US package with one single objective, which is to get Vladimir Putin to cease fire and to enter peace negotiation. What will these deterrent sanction package recover? Well, they will include sanctions on oil and sanctions on financial institutions, because this is what is today fueling Russian war of aggression against Ukraine.
We have to